Imagine you're standing in your living room, surrounded by a lifetime of memories. You glance at an old photo of yourself, decades younger, brimming with energy. Then you catch your reflection in the mirror and notice the subtle changes time has carved into your body. Yet deep down you still feel that spark, the spark that reminds you you're alive, capable, and ready to keep moving forward. And today, you're about to discover a simple test that might shine a light on how far that spark can carry you. Some experts even suggest it could tell you if you're on track to see your 100th birthday. But don't let that sound intimidating. It's called the 10-second balance test, standing on one leg for 10 seconds. At first glance, it might seem trivial, like a child's game of hopscotch. But for those over, it's surprisingly challenging. In fact, by the time people reach to about cannot hold this pose for the full seconds. And here's the startling part. Some studies say that failing this test could predict a shorter lifespan. That's what you're about to uncover. The story of why balance matters so much, how you can improve it, and why this single test has captured the attention of doctors and older adults worldwide. The hidden power of balance. Balance is something most of us take for granted. As children, we run, jump, and skip with ease. We do cartwheels in the yard, spin around until dizzy, then flop to the ground giggling. Rarely do we think about balance, but gradually as we age, we start to notice subtle shifts. Maybe we have to grab the wall when putting on our shoes, or perhaps we wobble slightly on uneven ground. It's easy to ignore these small changes after all. What's a little stumble here or there? But then comes a stark wake-up call, a fall. One moment you're fine, the next moment you're on the floor, breath caught in your throat, wondering what happened. A single fall can shatter confidence and independence. It can lead to broken bones that take months to heal, or worse, complications that threaten your freedom of movement. It's in that moment that you realize how crucial balance truly is. What many people don't realize is that balance isn't just about your muscles or your sense of coordination. It's tied to every part of your well-being, your inner ear, your vision, your nervous system, even your mental state. When we talk about longevity and healthy aging, we often focus on things like diet, heart health, or blood pressure. Those are absolutely vital, of course. But equilibrium, literal, physical balance, slips under the radar. That is, until it's tested. This is where the 10-second balance challenge comes in. It seems so simple. You pick up one foot and count to 10. But the truth is, if you're past 70 and can do this successfully, you're already part of a smaller group than you might think. And it might be a sign that you've retained a key component of health that keeps you safer, longer. Let's unpack exactly why. The shocking reality: over half of us struggle. We all want to think we're still spry, still that energetic person in the old photographs. Yet statistics don't lie. By age 71 to 75, about 54% of seniors are unable to hold the one-legged stance for a mere 10 seconds. By the time we reach our late 70 seconds and 80 seconds, the number grows even higher. This can be a frightening statistic, because it suggests that more than half of older adults lack the fundamental balance needed to help prevent falls and maintain certain daily activities. You might be wondering, is it really that serious? Unfortunately, yes. You see, behind this inability to balance often lurks weaker muscle strength, reduced nerve function, and a decline in reflexes. It's not merely about the test itself, it's about what that test represents. If your balance is compromised, it raises questions about how quickly you can recover if you trip on a rug or step awkwardly off a curb. And in many cases, a fall can mark a turning point in independence. But let's turn this around for a moment. If you can hold that stance for 10 seconds, it's a sign your body is still maintaining a robust network of coordination. It's not foolproof, life is rarely that simple. But it's an encouraging signal that your musculoskeletal system, your proprioception, which is your body's ability to sense movement, action, and location, and your equilibrium are functioning at a level that might support a longer, healthier life. That's where the glimmer of hope lies. Even if you can't do it yet, you can work toward it. This small mistake in the morning could cost you your independence. Before we break down how to test your balance safely, here's an important pitfall to watch out for. One that, sadly, many older adults overlook every single day. It happens the moment your eyes open, before you've even had a sip of coffee. That morning rush to get out of bed, especially if you stand up too quickly, can set off a cascade of dizziness and imbalance. You shuffle to the bathroom, still half asleep, and your feet betray you. It's a small mistake, but it could cost you your independence after. Why does this happen? When you spring out of bed without giving your body a moment to adjust, your blood pressure may drop, and your sense of balance is not quite awake. The result can be a nasty fall, often leading to injuries that take months or years to overcome. The fix? Pause. Sit on the edge of your bed for a few seconds. Take a couple of slow, deep breaths. Let your legs dangle and gently circle your ankles to get the blood flowing. Then stand up carefully, holding on to a stable surface. These extra moments can help your body transition from rest to movement, protecting your balance and your future mobility. How to perform the 10-second balance test safely. Now, let's talk about the test itself. If you're feeling adventurous, you might be tempted to try it right this minute. But safety first. Find a space where you can stand near a chair, a counter, or a sturdy wall. This will serve as your safety net in case you need to grab onto something. Make sure you're wearing stable shoes or are barefoot on a non-slippery surface. Start by standing tall with feet together, arms relaxed at your sides. Place one hand lightly on your support surface, like the back of a chair, just to steady yourself before you begin. Lift one foot a few inches off the ground so that you're standing on one leg. You can hold your arms slightly out to the sides if it helps you balance. Begin counting. You're aiming for 10 seconds of holding this position without your raised foot touching the ground, or your arms having to grip something for support. Stop immediately if you feel too unsteady or if you need to put your foot down. Safety is paramount. If you succeed, congratulations, you've passed a simple but meaningful test of balance. If you can't quite do it yet, don't be discouraged. Even younger adults can find it challenging, especially if they've never practiced. The key is to see this as a starting point. And if at any moment you feel lightheaded or unstable, sit down and rest. You can always try again later. 80% of seniors skip this, and it's silently ruining their energy. Now, here's another surprising statistic. About 80% of older adults don't do any targeted balance training. In other words, they might walk or do some basic stretches, but they rarely engage in exercises specifically designed to strengthen stability. Why does that matter? Because skipping these activities can silently drain your energy over time. When your balance is off, your body and mind have to work harder to keep you upright throughout the day. This extra effort can leave you feeling fatigued, even if you haven't done much physical activity. Think of it this way, if your balance is compromised, every step becomes slightly more expensive in terms of effort. You might not notice it at first, but day after day, the wear and tear on your muscles, your joints, and even your sense of confidence slowly accumulates. By contrast, if you actively train your balance, each step becomes smoother and less taxing. You'll find you have more energy left over for the activities you truly love, like gardening, playing with grandchildren, or simply enjoying a long walk outside. The science behind why balance predicts longevity. Why would the ability to stand on one leg for 10 seconds possibly predict how long you'll live? The exact science isn't fully nailed down, few things in aging research are. But experts point to several possible explanations: muscle strength and endurance. Standing on one leg requires a coordinated engagement of your core and lower body muscles. Strong muscles can help you avoid serious injuries and maintain mobility as you age. Neural pathways. Balance involves rapid communication between your brain, nerves, and muscles. If you can hold a one-legged stance, it often means these neural pathways are well preserved. Cardiovascular health. Individuals who remain physically active enough to sustain good balance typically have healthier hearts and circulatory systems. Regular movement supports cardiovascular function. Lower fall risk. One of the major risks for older adults is a bad fall. If you can maintain good balance, you're less likely to experience a fall that could lead to complications or hospital stays. So while the test isn't a crystal ball guaranteeing you'll live to 100, it's a decent barometer of overall physical resilience. And resilience is exactly what helps us navigate life's challenges, whether it's a slippery floor or a sudden illness. Strategies to improve balance at any age. Here's the good news. Balance can be learned, practiced, and improved at any age. Even if you're 75 or 85, your body can still adapt. It might take time, but every small step you take can make a significant impact on your life. Here are a few strategies to try. Simple one-leg stands. If you can't hold for 10 seconds yet, start smaller. Use a chair or countertop for support. Lift your foot for 2 or 3 seconds, then rest. Gradually work your way up. Heel-to-toe walking. Walk in a straight line, placing the heel of your front foot directly against the toes of your back foot, as if you're walking on a tightrope. This can be done in a hallway where you can touch the walls for balance. Chair squats. Sit down in a sturdy chair and stand back up without using your hands if possible. This strengthens the quadriceps and hips, which are crucial for balance. Tai Chi or gentle yoga. These ancient practices focus on slow, intentional movements that cultivate balance, flexibility, and body awareness. Foot exercises. Yes, your feet need workouts too. Rolling a tennis ball under your foot can stimulate nerves and muscles. You can also lift your toes while keeping your heels grounded. Then reverse it. Lift your heels while toes remain on the ground. Core work. Simple exercises like abdominal bracing, where you gently tighten your stomach muscles while breathing normally, can help stabilize your spine. If you're worried about starting a new exercise routine, especially if you have mobility issues or certain conditions, always consult a healthcare professional first. The last thing you want is an avoidable injury. Overcoming psychological barriers. One aspect we don't talk about enough is the mental hurdle. After a certain age, many people start to internalize the idea that I'm too old for this, or my body just can't do that anymore. This mindset alone can cripple progress and, ironically, make you even more susceptible to falling or feeling weak. Fear is natural. It reminds us to be cautious. But fear can also become a self-fulfilling prophecy if it prevents us from staying active and engaged. Instead, consider each small improvement a victory. Even if you can only stand on one leg for 3 seconds without wobbling, that's 3 seconds you didn't have before. Celebrate it. Understand that progress may feel slow, but it's progress nonetheless. And if the fear of falling is overwhelming, practice with a friend or family member present. Or sign up for a balance class where a certified instructor can guide you safely. A moment of tension. The true cost of inactivity. Picture this: you're getting out of a chair and heading to the kitchen. Your foot catches on the carpet, and you stumble. You reach out, but there's nothing to hold on to. The next thing you know, you're on the floor. Maybe you break a bone, or maybe you just feel shaken. Either way, there is that sudden, sobering realization, and not as steady as I thought I was. In a single moment, your sense of independence can be rattled. You might start using a cane or walker out of fear. You might avoid certain outings because you're worried about uneven sidewalks or stairs. Gradually, you shrink your life to fit your mobility concerns, and a sense of isolation can creep in. This video isn't meant to scare you, but to illuminate a truth. Investing in your balance is an investment in your freedom. The cost of inactivity is far higher than the inconvenience of a few daily exercises. It might even be the difference between fully engaging in life's next wonderful chapter or sitting on the sidelines watching it pass by. The hopeful flip side: regaining confidence. Now let's flip that scenario. Picture yourself a few weeks or months from now, having integrated short balance exercises into your daily routine. Each morning, you rise carefully from bed, taking a few extra moments to stabilize yourself. Then you do a gentle one-leg balance drill with a chair close by. Maybe later you try a simple Tai Chi video on your television or follow a low-impact yoga session specifically designed for seniors. Each day you chip away at that anxiety. You might not become a tightrope walker overnight, but you begin to trust your body more. You find you can step into the shower without gripping the walls in panic. You can maneuver around the kitchen without worrying about each step. Perhaps you even join a group exercise class at the local community center, discovering new friends who share your goals. That renewed sense of confidence can spill over into every aspect of your life. You'll feel more inclined to socialize, to travel, to meet up with loved ones, to laugh more. Independence isn't just about physically moving without assistance. It's also about the mental freedom to say yes to the things you want to do. A quick recap. Let's review some key points to help you stay on track. Balance is fundamental. It affects everything from preventing falls to preserving your autonomy. The 10-second one-leg balance test is a simple checkup on your body's coordination. Making it to 10 seconds by age 70 plus places you in a select group. 54% of older adults between 71 and 75 cannot complete this test, which is a wake-up call about the state of balance in aging populations. You can improve at any age. Targeted exercises like heel-to-toe walking, chair squats, and gentle yoga have shown remarkable benefits. Small habits matter. Avoid abrupt movements in the morning. Give your body time to adjust to standing. These little actions can prevent major mishaps. Mindset is crucial. Overcome the fear by starting small and celebrating every minor victory. Turning determination into daily action. Feeling a surge of motivation is one thing. Turning it into a consistent habit is another. If you're committed to strengthening your balance, start by setting small, achievable goals. Maybe your first goal is to stand on one leg for 3 seconds without support. Once you master that, aim for 5 seconds. Before you know it, you'll be approaching that 10-second mark. And who's to say you can't go beyond 10 seconds? Consider creating a checklist or calendar where you mark off each day you practice your balance exercises. Consistency is your friend. Doing a bit every day is often more effective than doing a lot every once in a while. You can also enlist a workout buddy or a friend who wants to improve their balance too. Accountability can be a powerful motivator, overcoming setbacks. Life can throw curveballs at any age. Illnesses, injuries, or even a lack of motivation can derail your plans. Perhaps you try the balance test today and do well, but next week you feel off balance again. That's normal. Bodies fluctuate from day to day, influenced by sleep, hydration, nutrition, and emotions. What matters is consistency over the long run, not perfection every single day. If you experience a setback, say a minor fall or a discouraging practice session, try not to let it define you. Seek medical advice if needed, rest, and then gently ease back into your routine. Persistence is where the real transformation lies. Another surge of inspiration, the gift of life beyond 90. Sometimes we get so wrapped up in the challenges of aging that we forget one crucial thing. Living into your 80 seconds, 90 seconds, or even reaching 100 can be an incredible gift. Imagine the stories you'll witness, the milestones in your family, the sunrises you'll see. Remaining healthy and mobile during those extra years can mean the difference between merely existing and truly living. If you can still stand on one leg for seconds or more you're giving yourself a better shot at fully experiencing those future moments. Balance is about longevity, but it's also about the quality of that longevity, about being present, active, and engaged. Practical tips for everyday life. Let's sprinkle in a few more practical tips. Handrails and grab bars. Installing grab bars in the bathroom or along stairs can give you extra security. Declutter. Trips and slips often happen because of random objects on the floor or loose rugs. Keep walkways clear. Proper footwear. Shoes with non-slip soles provide better stability than loose slippers or socks on a slippery floor. Light it up. Dark hallways or poorly lit entryways increase the risk of stumbles. Good lighting is a simple yet effective safety measure. Stay active in general. Walk, garden, or do light chores. The more you move, the more your body adapts to movement. A candid moment of reflection. Take a breath and look back at your journey, everything you've experienced, everyone you've loved, all the challenges you've overcome. Aging is not a defeat, it's a testament to your resilience. Yes, your body changes, and yes, you might not move with the same freedom you had at 20. But you've also gained a lifetime of wisdom and perspective. You have the power to shape how you live in these years ahead. Even if you can't control everything that happens, you can influence your physical health by focusing on something as basic as balance. It's humbling but also empowering to realize that small, consistent efforts can have such a large payoff. Bringing it all together. If there's one core message in this entire script, it's hope. The 10-second balance test isn't some gimmick or stunt. It's a humble reminder that your body and mind are deeply interconnected, and that you hold the power to nurture them even in your later years. Does passing this test guarantee you'll live to 100? Of course not. Life isn't that predictable, but it can be a beacon, guiding you toward healthier habits that can significantly reduce your risk of falls and give you more confidence in daily life. Remember those pictures from long ago? The youthful version of you is still there, inside, looking for ways to thrive. A single test, 10 seconds on one leg, might spark a new chapter of self-discovery and self-improvement. Whether you pass it on your first try or work toward it for weeks, you're already taking charge of your well-being in ways that many people overlook. And that in itself can be life-changing. A parting thought. There's a saying, age is just a number, but in truth, it's more than that. It's a tapestry of experiences, lessons, and achievements. And yes, with age come new challenges, but also opportunities to grow in wisdom and strength. Think of your balanced journey as another adventure in a long line of adventures, one that tests your determination, but rewards you with independence and freedom. So take that first step. Test yourself, safely and calmly. See where you stand today and where you want to be tomorrow. Recognize that even if you wobble or need to lean on something now, that doesn't have to be your future. You have the power to stand tall, steady, and ready to embrace the possibility of many more vibrant tomorrows. And who knows, maybe you'll be the one celebrating a birthday cake adorned with 100 candles, blowing them out with a knowing smile, firmly balanced on 2 feet, because you took action today. No dramatic goodbyes or flashy sign-offs, just a gentle reminder every day is a chance to nurture your resilience. The test might only last 10 seconds, but the confidence it builds could last you the rest of your life.